Hi everybody. Thank you again for joining me today. I'm Sharon, and right beside me here is Fanny, and we are here to talk a little bit more about our theme of the week, which is Earth Changes. And I've got some special books that I wanted to show you. But first, let's just talk one more time about our wonderful word of the week. Fanny's going to help me hold it up. It is astronomy. You're right, astronomy. And do you remember what astronomy means? Do you remember that from Greeting Circle? It means the study of all the parts in space. Things like stars, moons, planets, comets, meteors, all of those things that are out there when we look up into the sky and things that we can see. That's the study of astronomy. So, on that note, I chose a book, a very special book to me, because I loved the artwork in the book. I absolutely adore it. So I wanted to take the time to share it with you. And Fanny thought it was a great idea too. So let's have a look at that. It is called 7 Ways to Catch the Moon, written by M.P. Robertson. And right away, I love right here, you can see parts of the Earth, you can see the crescent moon, and then all in the background, you see all those stars out there. It's beautiful. Okay, let's find out. Here's a picture of the moon. And you can see a crescent moon is really just the part of the moon that has light on it. The rest of the moon is in a shadow. So it looks like it's a crescent moon, but it's really just a shadowed moon. Okay, let's have a look. There are 7 ways to catch the moon. 7 ways. Do you see the moon out the window? The first is to float in a hot air balloon. Doesn't that look magical? I love that puffy air balloon. And the snow, and look at the cat there. But beware the point of the crescent moon. What's happening in that picture? Did the balloon get popped? Right there. All the air's coming out. Oh, so that might not be the best way. The second is to ride on a shooting star. Have a look at that. That looks exciting. That looks like the author and the illustrator are using their imaginations. That's for sure. See the astronaut there? And the space station? And a satellite over here? But be careful not to shoot too far. You don't want to go past the moon and then get lost out there in space. The third is to build a pair of wings. That would be fun. It's fun using our imagination. But only use the strongest strings. Uh-oh. Otherwise, it's not going to withstand all that wind and weather and is going to knock you back down. The fourth is to hitch with a moonstruck witch. That would be fun too, riding on a broomstick. But the witch's broom gives a sudden twitch. Uh-oh. And then what happens? And then you might fall off. The 5th is to climb on a dragon's back. That would be my favorite. But mind you don't become his snack. That would not be fun. The 6th is to fly on a magic carpet. Take a magic carpet to the moon. But not so fast, you'll miss the target. Got stuck on the pole. The 7th way is to close your eyes and dream a dream of midnight skies. Can you see the cat in the picture? Isn't that a nice story? I love the photos, or the pictures, pardon me. I love getting lost in the imagination that the illustrator used in those pictures. They're so clear, they're almost like photos. All of the details within it. And this was a book that was actually my son's, so it is really old now. But I keep all of those books because one day they'll be important. Just like today, it was important for me to share this with you when we're talking about earth changes. And when we're talking about little Miss Fanny here wanting to be the nighttime fairy and have her star wand and her moon wand. Right, Fanny? Now, I just have a couple of photos I wanted to show you from another book. Some thunder and lightning photos. So I'm going to grab that, Fanny, okay? And then we're actually going to use this globe. So maybe I'll just take the globe now to make you have a spot to sit comfortably. And I'll show you something. Okay. So here are some storms. And have you heard thunder before? And have you seen a lightning storm? Do you know what causes the thunder? The thunder is caused by the lightning. The lightning is a big blast of electricity that happens in the clouds when there's hot particles and really cold particles in those clouds, booming and bouncing and slamming into each other, and then pop goes a big shot of electricity. And that shot causes some lightning. And I wanted to just show you some of those pictures. See that lightning? That fork lightning there? They're electrical storms. And we've got some more. You can see it's building here. There's lots of hot and icy particles starting to bounce around within that cloud. And it forms a thunderhead. And then before you know it, there's going to be charges of electricity that cause lightning. Let's see. Just looking for some of the most strong photos in here without reading it all. There we go. That was the one I was looking for. So big bolts of electricity, and that's what causes lightning. There's another one. So like I said, when those hot water particles and icy particles start moving around in those clouds and bump into each other, it causes lightning. Okay. I think that was all the photos I wanted to show you from that book. Let's sing a little song now, Fanny. Are you ready? And then we'll just showcase our globe and how the sun shines on the globe to cause daytime and nighttime. But let's listen to this poem. Let's listen to some words in this poem, okay? So it goes something like this. Pitter, patter, falling rain, tapping on my window pane, lightly falling gentle drops, watering gardens for summer crops. So that's pitter, patter. That's just a gentle rainfall. Now listen to this one. Showering down, the rain is strong, bigger drops and lasting long. Step outside, enjoy the shower, a spring rainfall with all its power. So that's a good rainfall that really waters our gardens and our fields and our grass. A nice, strong, consistent rainfall. Now listen to this one. Drumming hard the falling rain, pelting on my window pane, hitting hard the soil below, making mud for boots to show. So that's a strong rain. We use the word drumming hard, like rhythmic. That's a very steady, strong downpour of rain. Now listen to this one. Pummeling now, it falls in sheets, tapping, flooding both our fields and streets. The rain falls hard, fierce and fast, but only a short time does it last. So can you think of those times when there's been a really super strong, powerful rainfall, and all of a sudden so much rain comes pummeling down hard and fast, but then as quickly as it starts, it stops. So that's an interesting word, pummeling. And then we can go back to the beginning. Pitter, patter, falling rain, tapping on my window pane, lightly falling, gentle drops, watering gardens for summer crops. So we've heard some different words there. We've heard pitter, patter, we've heard drumming, we've heard pummeling, we've heard showering. So rain can change a lot in terms of its force. It can be very light and sprinkly. It can be heavier like a shower, but it also can come down in sheets, like somebody just opened up and poured out all of the water from a bowl or a pot and poured it right onto you. That's how hard sometimes that rain can fall. So it's very unpredictable, isn't it? Our weather, even all of our weather, can be very unpredictable. But that's the interesting part. It keeps us guessing. I'm always looking at my weather forecast to figure out, is it going to be sunny today? Is it going to be cloudy today? And it changes a lot. So one thing I wanted to share with you, just quickly, before we start to finish up. It's so bright out today because it is so sunshiny that I do have a light on my phone I was going to use for this, but it won't show up, so I was just going to showcase what daytime and nighttime mean. So let's pretend this beautiful rose here is the sun in our sky. So we can hold it up like that. So the earth moves, the earth orbits on its own axis. So it spins around and around, and while it's moving, it also travels around the sun. So any spot on earth that is facing our sun, that's going to be daytime. So right now, I'm going to show you where we live. This is where we live in this country right here called Canada. So right now, the sun is shining on Canada, on a lot of the whole North American continent. But if we turn it, here's where Canada is over here now. So is the sun shining on Canada now? No, So that means it's nighttime. And then when the earth spins back around again, it becomes daytime. So that's how daytime and nighttime are distinct from each other. It's based on how the earth moves around on its own orbit, while it also travels around the sun. Because it does do that too. It spins and it travels around the sun as it spins. But the main thing to keep in mind is that the sun can only shine on the earth for parts of its time as it's orbiting. And when it's shining on the part that we live in, it's daytime. When it turns around and the sun is no longer shining on us, it's nighttime. And that's daytime and nighttime. Okay, I'm going to set that down there. Okay, and this, we just pulled out some cards too, just in case they're interesting. Right here, we see the sun starting to rise in the sky. And then the earth turns a little bit more and faces the sun, and we see the sun directly in the sky. And then the earth turns a little bit more, and the sun moves away from the sun, and it looks like the sun goes down in the sky, and our space around us becomes dark. And then here, there's no more sunshine, so we're able to see the moon. Awesome. Thank you, Fanny. And we wanted to say goodbye with a really fun song today. It's about weather. You ready? You guys know it. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. Standing outside with my mouth open wide. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. Thank you for joining us talking about earth changes this week. See you next time. Mwah. Bye for now.